That should be my 10 minutes. I'm just gonna talk a little crap for a moment so that people who have commercial runnings at the beginning of the stream, they don't have to worry about that. So we can get back to talking about the interesting things. I can take a sip of my beer, and yes, it is beer. I know it's my Scotch glass, but didn't really do the dishes because I did some programming instead. So that's how that is. Welcome back to everyone. I mean, everyone who is still hanging out. Happy to see you again. Let's continue this. Now, I have my tiny, happy, jumpy bear. Yeah, I actually ran out of scotch. I need to buy a new bottle of something. My tiny, jumpy bear down here. And as you can see, he's feeling kind of lonely in this game. And that's because when you're in a game like this, you're not just supposed to jump on platforms. Everybody knows that. Give me a second. I need to get my glasses back on. Just noticed the stuff looked a bit blurry. And I ran out of licorice as well, so but it was awesome while it lasted. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. But yeah, I have my tiny jumpy bear, and he's kind of lonely because in a platform game you're supposed to have some enemies. And in our last stream we did a vote about who the main character was going to be, and we ended up with this bear. And I have this happy bear now. I'm actually gonna load something for you. I'm gonna load the platform game I built while writing all my comments to get ready for this stream. And I'm gonna show you some examples of some pretty boring enemies I did, and some other functions that I'm gonna do in another stream. Mind you, this stream will not be next Monday, because next Monday I will actually be playing a game. Next Monday it's time for Sims 3 again. So, let's close this one down. Let's save this project, Bear Platform Bear, and close it down. And let's close up the one that I already made. It's totally like television chefs back in the 80s and 90s. I already made this. Well, I made some of it at least. So let me just find the folder I'm keeping this in. There we go. There we go. That one. And this. Open the file. And you can see here, there's a lot of pluses out here because I have multiple sprites, I have a script, I have some objects, some more rooms. But basically, what I did was do the beginning of this game. So right here you can see my enemies are these bee thingies that falls down from above that I have to avoid. If I jump on them, I get a power up, and if they don't kill me, so the room restarts, I can use that power up. As you noticed, when I jumped on it, it spawned a star. If I run into them from the side, I'm gonna die. Now you see up here, there's this tiny spinning thingy. This is a checkpoint. Now if I touch this checkpoint, if I die again, I respawn at the checkpoint. So that's a way to make sure that you don't lose the progress you've made through your level. So these are some of the things that is up and coming. Now this power up, this star here, you need that one to be able to access platforms higher up. And at the end of the game, I made a portal so you can jump on to the next levels. Yeah, I know, Zazu. Bees. I just had to do something that was really, really fast to draw, and bees don't take up a lot of my time. So, well, on an environmental scale, they take up a lot of my time, but on a Gamemaker scale, they're pretty easy to come by. We can just make a few new ones. So, that's the direction we're heading. But as you can see, we need some other enemies than this. So I would really like some suggestions on what our poor little bear here is going to run into and have to fight to get through this. We can do enemies that just stay on a platform and walk back and forth, and we can do enemies like these that moves more freely depending on the terrain. But we need a class of bees, not bees, enemies. So feel free in chat to suggest enemies. Otherwise, I'm gonna ask again during the sim stream next Monday until I get 2 enemies that I can use for the enemy graphic. One more thing that you might notice in this if we run the game again, this game has animations. There's the sideway animation, put up to when you're moving sideways, left and right. It's the same animation, it's just mirrored along the x-axis, depending on the value that we have in HSP. And we have the fall animation and the jump animation. The walk and run animation can of course be done a lot more with than this, because the legs can actually move while it's moving along, like I showed in the last stream, where you put up different images in one long strip, like an old-fashioned movie strip, and then put up to be played as a strip in Gamemaker. I'm going to do that as well. The goal is to make a complete platform game with the help of the stream. So, something simple for me to draw, Welsh. Yes, but that's not how you should think it. You should think what would be really, really funny to see as an enemy in this game. Because if you can think of it, hopefully I can draw it. Pangolins. Yeah, well, that's definitely an option. How do I draw a pangolin? I would have to do some research on that one. So, or not some research. I mean, I'd go into Google and get an image, and then just use that to base it on. Oh, there we go. Posting links. So, you know I've got a night butt now, and you know he butts everyone. He's a hit butt of that one. Oh, there we go. Let's see that one. What did you send me? Oh, that's so cute. That's the one that Shaded Areas drew. Oh my god, as an enemy? An evil pangolin? I could try. Could make it really scowly. Ah, they're definitely cute. I love those kind of animals. I have a big, big weakness for animals that shows clearly that they've been around for a long, long, long time. Certain families of animals. So, but as you can see, these are all the base functionalities, and this code still isn't done, this isn't done, we haven't done the code for how to activate the animation when we move sideways or jump up and down and stuff like that, but it's gonna come along. Beanie Bear enemies, MMOs and TV shows. Oh, walking TV, that's actually not a bad idea, I could do that. Or floating TV that sends out electricity or something like that. But do feel free, if you don't have any ideas right now, but they show up on the way, to tweet them at me or post them on the Facebook group. I know Zazu did a great amount of work and put up a Facebook group and YouTube for me. That is one of the other reasons she got a special mention when it comes to this Team Human anniversary, because wow, Zazu, you really help out wherever you can. You're awesome. So most of you have like my social media connections, I think. Oh, let's close this one down again. see where we got to in my notes. And close this one down because this one is like the finished version of the game. So let's get back to the very skeleton game that we have at the moment. Platform bear. Let's go back there. Platform bear load. I'm gonna show you one more thing today. I don't want to put on too much at one time. As you can see, we are back to our 2 sprites here. We got our 2 objects and we have our 1 room. Now when you are in the room, you might have noticed that when we play this game, I put play here, I get the entire room. I can see everything from top to bottom. But when I loaded the other game, the more finished version, I only got a section of the room. And that's because when you go into the room, if we double click on a room here, we have this here called views. And a view is the port for the part of picture you're looking at. And it's going to set in here with some default values. But first of all, to use it, you have to make sure that you check the little box that says enable the use of views. And then you're going to check visible when room starts. Now, I'm just going to do an arbitrary room size or view size. I'm going to go with 750 in both directions. And you can see down here, this says view in room. And this is the view in the room. It's going to be 750 pixel high, 750 pixel wide. Now what I see on the screen, the port on the screen, if I keep these numbers down here, it's going to be stretched weirdly because this is the area you can see and this is the area it's going to be stretched over. So if I wanted to say, well, I want a 750 view, but I want it slightly enlarged, I could go in here and I could say 900 each way. And then everything I have would be slightly enlarged and it would be on a larger port on the view. Oh, and please feel free to move on and talk about different kind of enemies in chat if anyone gets any ideas there. Now down here you can see it says object following, and that's because our viewpoint is our camera and we want our camera to follow our player. So we're going to go in here and we're going to say this object. Right now it says object 0 because I haven't named it object player apparently. And then here where it asks about horizontal and vertical, what you're going to do, at least in the beginning, is you're going to make sure that you're midway between these coordinates. So halfway from down 750, you have 375. That'll bring you to the middle of the x-axis, and this will bring you to the middle of the y-axis of the view you've created. So right now follows that. Let's go just back here and make sure that my objects are named right, because that's going to bug me. OBJ player. Okay, let's go back into the room. Make sure our object is now object player. There it is, object player. Okay, let's say okay for that, and let's run the game. Hi Swaggy, welcome to the stream. What it is mainly a very basic Gamemaker tutorial about how to do a platform game. We're going through simple methods of doing graphic and the basic code lines to make sure that you get the movement and collisions the way you want them to be. So as you can see now, we have a camera that's quite happy to follow our player around the room. All the way there, all the way there. So in that direction, we're not that far from having the finished game that I already showed you. What we need is we need levels. We need a level where we have a lot of platforms up, so we have something to jump onto. And then we need a portal at the end so you can go to the next room. And then we need some enemies. Really, you can do that. And then after we've done that, I'm going to talk about the checkpoints. The checkpoints and the portal, I'll probably talk about them at the same time. But I was thinking that next Monday, as I said, is going to be a Sims stream where we are going to keep on building our Sims 3 city. But the Monday after that, it'll probably be Gamemaker again, and then it's going to be the creation of enemies. So you have 14 days to come up with good ideas. If no one's come up with good ideas, I'm gonna basically just take whatever I can think of from the community and make sure that turns into something. So there we go. There's your camera view, your jump, your movement, and you don't get stuck in graphics. And if anyone is thinking, why is she so happy about not being stuck in graphics? It's because I've tried writing collision systems before. And one of the things you typically will do, and that I did, when you haven't worked a lot with collision systems, is you're going to, instead of, you're going to check if you collided. And if you already collided, it's too late. You already collided and you're going to be stuck. If you're lucky, it'll solve itself. A lot of the time you'll just have graphic and a player figure that just won't move anymore. So I've had that issue before. But doing the collision this way, so that it checks before it moves, and if it moves, it's going to move slowly towards and then collide perfectly up against. If it doesn't look like a picture perfect collision, remember that I put the collision function on the sprite to be the entire image, and the entire image doesn't go all the way into the player here. So there will always be a little bit of distance. Oh, trolls in the dungeon! Do we have trolls? Oh my god. Well, cheers to that. Troll would be an excellent enemy, definitely. No, Fire Brother's a dwarf. He's not really a troll. He's more like a very small troll, so he's a dwarf troll if he's something. So, I heard a sound. That meant that either someone just followed or someone hosted or something like that. That is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Thank you so much. So, chat. Any comments on stream today? Was there anything where I wasn't clear enough, or did I get a little bit too long-winded, or was the level just about what you expected it to be? You find this on Yo-Yo Games website. There's a free version out there. I was pretty lucky. There was a Humble Bundle up for the Pro version recently. So I got my hands on the Pro Bundle. And if you're wondering what the difference is between the free version and the Pro version, some of the more advanced features, and I mean really advanced features, is not available in the free version, but everything you need to figure out whether you want the Pro version is in the free version. Also, you can't publish directly to a platform. So when I have this Pro version, over here you can see I have a target. That's because I can publish this as a game directly for Windows or Macs or HTML5, what I want it to run in. When you have the free version, there's something called a Gamemaker player. that comes with it. And you need that Gamemaker player to play the games, but they're still playable, and anyone else can download the free version and play your games. So it's not like you can't get it out there if you don't have the pro version. You still have a lot you can do with the free version. Yeah, free versions are basically a demo. Last Monday I did this stream first time because it was the last day of the Humble Bundle. So fingers crossed they're going to do it again. I'm definitely going to keep on doing some development for it because I think it's hilarious and it's very, very simple to work with. And the coding is pretty intuitive when you get your hands on it. Well, this has actually been a pretty long stream for me. Usually I go around 2 hours, but this time it was 2 hours before I even got to my break because I got kind of wrapped up in talking about all of this. Because I was told if I should stream, I should choose something I can talk about, and this seems to do it. That does the trick. So, did we get some enemies there? We got a TV and a troll and yeah, unfortunately the Humble Bundle is finished, so 21 minutes and 31 seconds on this run. Yeah, I had 2 hours before the break. If anyone's wondering why I'm cutting it short, it's because I have a limited amount of time I can spend in this chair before I have to walk around a lot because I get weird issues that we're not going to go into any deeper. But the first stream is up on YouTube, as Sasu just put in the chat. TV, Troll, and Dwarf. Well, Hunters that shoot projectiles is an option as well. So, and Dodo and Monk, I think we need to do a straw poll because I think we're going to start out with 2 enemies, so I can do slightly different coding on those 2 enemies so I can show you how it works. So, straw poll, pretty please, with a dodo, a monkey, a hunter, a TV, a troll, and a dwarf. That's some pretty decent suggestions. I can work with that. Oh, and also, I'm pretty sure Zazu put it up there, but we have a Facebook group now. And if you have suggestions for a future stream, feel free to post in there. We're going to make a document for it so it's a bit more structured. But right now, in the beginning, feel free to just post in there if there's something you think that would be awesome watching. And that is, if you want to see me be really crappy at playing games, I can do that. I have the Sims 3 stream that I'm gonna continue doing at least once a month because, well, it's pretty hilarious. Building people. And to those who haven't been to the first Sims stream, what it basically is that you decide to join our city and then I do character creation for the people in chat, and then hopefully we're going to get a really, really fun city out of it. So, anyone doing a straw poll? There's the poll. Awesome. Now get your votes in so we can see who is going to win this. Let's see, do I have a personal favorite? The pangolin was really, really cute. I like the idea about the TV as well. Ah, Furbolville. I think the working title of the SimCity at the moment is Human, the Fleet Harbor, Human Fleet Harbor, or something like that. But definitely, let's do it for this community because I'm pretty sure I'll see some of the other people as well. So oh, and also, if I forgot to mention this, if any of you are starting to sit down with Gamemaker and doing something that you want to show off, I'd love to show off the stuff that you're making if you're not a streamer on your own. I'd love to take it in here and just try to play through whatever you did, or if you want some comments on how you done it, I'll be happy to do that as well. We can build things in as friends later on as well, yes. We can restore energy, we can count all kinds of things, so we can get points for, I don't know, collecting flowers or hugging dodos or whatever we decide. Right now, as you saw in the finished version of what I've been doing so far, there's this little star thingy that gives you a power up. That's a jump power up. You might be able to imagine other kinds of power ups that we could use. It's all depending on what we put into the game. Hugs for health. Well, wasn't that a cute idea? Yeah. So yeah, because right now, if you notice, everything is set to like there's instant death. So if you run into an enemy from the wrong angle, you're just gonna die, and the room's gonna restart, and it's gonna set you at some checkpoint. But most of us, we prefer some kind of a health bar, where you might be able to, say, run into 5 enemies before you lose enough life, or the same enemy 5 times before you lose as much life. So that it takes you to a restart of the room you're in. All of these different conditions is stuff that we can work on putting into this game, and that all the ideas you can come up with is what is going to make it unique and make it slightly different from other platform games you've played. Hunter and Troll. Whoa, that is interesting. I like those. So we're talking some specific kind of a hunter. Is it like a Bugs Bunny hunter? What's he called? The one with the shotgun, or is it like a bow and arrow hunter? Because the troll, I've got plenty of ideas for. I've done a few trolls before. I've done a few hunters as well. It's more what kind of a hunter we're looking at. Yeah, that was Elmer Fudd. That was exactly who I was thinking about. Like, tiny guy with very, very big shotgun going after the wabbit. It's wabbit season. A troll hunter. Oh god. Troll hunter. That was one of my preferred classes when I played Horde. So, let's see. Let's do a sniper hunter. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. I mean, I understand the Elmer Fudd reference. A sniper hunter could be understood in several different ways, Swaggy. Could either be one that has to have some kind of hide function and only pop up once in a while or shoot, or um, it could be someone who shoots from outside the frame that you're presently in, you know, the viewport I just showed in the room. You could have that, so that you have projectiles coming out of the air from places that you can't see, so you have to discover that enemy. But definitely we're going with a hunter, and we're going with a troll. I'm looking forward to doing this. Oh, you meant the one that was out of view, so it's like coming from outside of the viewport. I'll just do some notes on that. Give me a second. I'll just do a enemy text for my tiny little folder filled with text files and notes. 1 second. Going back. There we go. There we go. Where did I put that? Ah, yes. Looking around in all my folders. Very interesting. Well, I've definitely got that noted. Sniper Hunter. Now it's going down with pencil until I can get it up. Sniper Hunter, enemy. And Troll, enemy. And the Sniper Hunter is outside the view. At the beginning at least. Maybe placed above or something like that. I'll figure something out. So, just to recap, we finished up on doing some basic movements, so we can jump, we can go to the sides, and we can land on a platform, and we don't fall through stuff, and we don't get stuck on stuff. Maybe not the most interesting part of making a game, but it's the part of a game that if you make it, probably you're going to be really, really happy about it, because if you might have noticed in some games you've played, one thing that can really screw it up is if the movement isn't working properly. We've talked a little bit about rooms, not a lot. I'm going to talk more about rooms. We talked a bit about objects. We talked about the different kind of events that you can have in an object. We talked about the create event as initializing. And we talked about the step event as what the character is doing, in this case 60 times a second entirely throughout the game. Hi Elverson, welcome. Good to see you. I'm just winding down the stream, so it's a bit bad time you came in on, but I'm very happy that you're here. We've been doing some Gamemaker tutorial based on Sean Spaulding's tutorials for platform games, but with a bit more explanation about all the different steps that he's going through, and with a bit of explanation as how to do graphics, simple graphics in GIMP as well. So what we are at now is the wind down, where I'm kind of just running through what we did today. So if anyone is taking notes and they missed out on something, they can just get it here at this point, or they can go back and watch the video as soon as they're posted. The videos are going to get posted to YouTube besides being here on Twitch, and they're meant to be like an absolute beginner's guide in how to do this and why we're doing the different things we're doing. And my background for doing what I'm doing is I like Gamemaker, and I have a degree in computer science, in game design and algorithms. So this is right up my alley of what I think is fun. Now I think I broke this window a little bit, so let's just close that down. You can see here Sean Spaulding's name right there, community manager. Also very good at tutorials, not very good at graphics. So, yeah, exactly, Astral. It's coding for people who can't code. So everything gets spelled out. So if you're an absolute beginner in Gamemaker, you can get a sense of what the language is like. And also I thought it was a really fun idea of doing something with the community and getting other people's input on this, because often when you work with games, you work in like a small controlled team, or you work solo when you're an indie developer. But actually just taking in what suggestions people come with and just trying to see if we can cram it in there and what the heck we end up with. I thought that would be a fun little project to do now in autumn. So I am running out of things to talk about that isn't just repetition. So if there's any like last minute questions or something you want to go through, now's the time. Other than that, you can follow me on Twitter. We have a Facebook group. And we have a YouTube page where the videos are being posted. So no, it's like streaming is streaming while working on making a game can be hard. This is easier because it's all set up for the stream, so everything is planned with comments as to what I'm going to run through in a stream. When you just sit down and work solo, you'll often be extremely immersed in what you're doing. So oh, that was a good thing, Dark Winter Dreams. That could have become a little bit embarrassing, especially if it's close family. So, oh, friend requests, yeah. I have to say right away that for my Facebook, I've become a bit more picky about friends requests because my Facebook is mainly private, so I'm trying to keep it to people that I know from different communities, so I don't get random strangers writing weird stuff. Because that happens sometimes. I haven't been to bad yet, but no reason to invite it either. But I'm always available on my Twitter. It's one of the easiest ways to get word out to me because Twitter's on my phone and my phone is always right next to me. Now, good style would be to find someone we can raid. Question is, who do we have that's online right now? Let's see. Interesting people here. Well, I can see that Project Human is streaming. How about that? Project Human. Now, let's go in here once. Because Project Human is a nice place to be. Haven't been there? You should really drop by. They're really nice people there. So, if you see this, Project Human, this is going to be my intended raid target. So we're going to do a furball raid, and the message is very, very simple. You're just going to write furball raid like Saza wrote it. Or like Angry World's Gamer wrote it. Or whatever way you want to do it. Now, I am in their stream right now. I can see there's 8 viewers there. And any second now, I am going to write furball raid. And when I've done that, please feel free to release your furballs on the chat. And thank you to everyone for stopping by. It's been an awesome stream. And new people in chat, I love seeing new people in chat. Good questions as well. So, if you are presently in Team Humans chat, Project Humans chat, you will now see furball raid. Go get him. And thank you for tonight. And camera off.